Hi there, my name is Caroline, and welcome to another episode of Friday Sews for Friday, April 18th, 2025. But I'm actually shooting this late. It's April 19th, Saturday, April 19th, but it's a late Friday Sews. Anyway, welcome to my channel, Caroline's Handmaids. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for a couple of new subscribers. I welcome you to my small growing channel. Um, So, Friday Sews was a hashtag created by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for us sewists to come together and talk about a little bit of what we were doing this past week, our plans in a little future. Isn't it nice for Jen? Allows us to share this hashtag. Just to recap of this, it started a few years ago, and that's why I started this sewing channel. So, what have I been sewing this week? I've been doing a little bit of embroidery and sewing at the same time. Let me talk about this a little later. But I have loved to do machine embroidery a lot. And sometimes when the embroidery machine is going, I just don't do anything, right? So I'm just watching the machine go and staring at myself. This time around, I just said, let me just set up my sewing machine slash embroidery machine just for embroidery right there. That's my Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 2. So I set that up just for embroidery. And I didn't want to toggle it back to sewing mode because it takes about 5 minutes to toggle it back. But still, while the embroidery machine is going, I set up my sewing machine right here next to the mannequin, and I sew. And then in the behind on that way that corner, I have my um, serger. So I have three things, so I can be actively doing things. And I also have decided to come down every day for 20 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes to sew something, do something in my sewing room. We get so tired after the end of the day, and it's like, if I'm super tired, I'm not going to come down. But just to come here, relax, and do something. And not more than 40 minutes because then I have to go to bed and I wake up usually by around 4:45 in the morning. So I don't want to get so worked up and then I'm wide awake that I can't fall asleep. So it's about 20 to 40 minutes and that's what it is. I did ramble on and on. So I am wearing the Seamwork Baker dress today. I just posted it on my Instagram feed. It's Caroline's Handmaids. And I also did a review of it last week. This is the dress that I made out for the Fabric Wheel of Fate challenge, and this is my make one. I will put a link below um, of of the video that I made last week of this. Anyway, what I've been doing is I've been embroidering. So while the embroidery machine is going, I've been making this beautiful shirt for my husband. He actually tried it on a few minutes ago, and oh my gosh, it is a perfect fit. I still have to put in the buttons. I finished this and I will probably photograph it tomorrow. But let me move this right here a little bit. Okay, we get that going here. Okay, so this, it fits, the seams fit his shoulders so well. I've never made a shirt for my husband before that came out so well. I don't actually recall making him a shirt. I make him t-shirts, but a dress shirt, I've never made it before. So I'm so happy. I think I saw my friend Jane Gilson, who made some shirts for her husband. And I was like, wow, that's some beautiful shirts. And I got inspired by Myra Lorraine. She also makes clothes for her husband, and I was like, wait, I can do this. So I decided this is a wardrobe by me Jensen's shirt. Oh, and you know what's best about this is they have a sew along. especially for people like me who've never made a shirt before. That sew along helped quite a bit, especially with the cuffs and the placket. Anyway, so I made this shirt for my husband. All I have to do is put in the buttons on for the shirt, and that's it. I am scared of putting seam holes. I make buttonholes all the time, but they're never perfect. And that's for me, and I'm fine with that because I'm wearing it and only I know it. But now I want to make it for my husband, so I'm going to go super slow and put the guide by Water by Me on it and mark the holes and go super slow and do it right because he's wearing it, and I'd like for it to be perfect for him. And this I loved how the cuffs came out. I have to It's just gorgeous. This shirt is just gorgeous. And I chose to put just one pocket because my husband, I know he's not going to use both the pockets. It's on my dress form, but everything about this shirt is just perfect. I cannot tell you how beautiful this pattern is. I've tried, I think, a simplicity a dress shirt before, and I just gave up because it was not coming out right. But I actually have a simplicity shirt cut out, so maybe I'll try it. But I want to make a lot of shirts for my husband because he likes to wear beautiful dress shirts. Um, they actually had he they his the place of where he works. They have a uniform, kind of like they all wear the same shirt, and but then since he's a manager, he can wear dress shirts. So I'm gonna make him this. Keep going with making him dress shirts. So that's what I made this week, a Seamwork Jensen. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been embroidering. So I have two friends who help me a lot, help us, me a lot during the time of my husband's stay. He's still at home. Actually, he's going to start work next week, but during two friends who are nurses who came by and just I would call them if I needed help with things, um, the tubes and stuff, and they were here faster than the ambulance. No kidding. I would just say, Pearl, come over, and I need help with the catheter, or I need help with this. They were here helping me, doing things, and I want to say thank you. They're such beautiful, God fearing Christian women who always stuck by me. Pearl and Helena, I don't think they know that I even have a YouTube channel, but just in case you ever come across, you are such a blessing to me and my family, and we love you. So I've been making the Fruits of the Spirit embroidery. This is by Designs by Juju. I did 20 minutes every day, and I would just save it, and continue on the next day. So you've seen it on my channel before, but I'm making this is from one of my girlfriends, Pearl, and she loves pink, so I chose a pink background. I did that. And you see a little bit here. I know it's upside down, right? It's probably upside down. Oh. But anyway, so Fruits of the Spirit. Now I'm gonna have to put it all together, and then I'll show you the finished product next week. And I'm going to buy the handles. I'll put a picture of what I have on my living room wall to give you a sense of what it is. And I have to buy the handles that go, I find it on Amazon for a really good price. So that's what I've been doing this week. I'm going to continue to finish this. And that's what I've done this week. As far as sewing plans for next week, I'm going to move this back here to me. Um, as far as my sewing plans for next week, I'm going to continue finishing that project. I'm also going to make another one for my other friend Helena, and her favorite colors, like I think it's blue. So I have something blue from a quilting cotton that I'm going to continue making. And also, I'm just addicted to doing embroidery. I want to make a quilt really bad, and I'm not in the mood to. I have actually some cut out, but I'm not in the mood to do it. And since my embroidery machine does a lot, I am actually going to log into my iPad real quick and show you what I am doing, thinking of starting this week. I'm not sure whether I'm going to start it or continue on with the second. So this is from Sweet Pea Machine Embroidery Designs. Look at that. So that is a quilt. Now it's a in the hoop machine embroidery. You make these blocks, right? You can make as many blocks as you want, and then you sew it together. Now this is like applique that then you put it all together. You choose your fabric. It does all that quilting at the same time. I'm gonna try it. I want to make a bed quilt, and I've always admired quilts, and I'm gonna try that. I also want to make. I have a I also want to make some more summer dresses. Most of my dresses are from like years ago, like 2, 3 years ago. I want some fresh dresses. So this was my first summer make. I don't know which one I'm going to choose, but in this packet, I have the Love Notions Rhapsody already cut out. Or I want to make the Love Notions, it's already cut here, Piano Forte, which is cut out for my daughter. And she's such a dress girl. So that it's something you will know next week which one I finish, right? Or a Simplicity shirt that I cut out for my husband. I think that will be last because I love this so much, the Wardrobe by Me Jensen shirt, that I might just cut out a new Jensen shirt. I mean, I have tons of shirting fabric. So that is on my sewing wish list for this week, sewing and embroidery wish list this week. Now that I'm here and I've almost done with the fabric wheel of fate too, which I will be done today with this shirt by when I put the buttons in and the holes, I thought I'd go ahead and spin the fabric wheel of fate number 3. And in the middle of the week, this week I'm going to work uh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So maybe on Monday I will do a review of this Jensen shirt and put my fabric wheel of fate 2 on this channel. I thought I would spin the wheel and pick my next make. So here you go. Here's all my post-it notes, and I hope there's not a stink bug in there. Sorry. I always keep the deck door open and got enough stink bugs coming in. And I don't like to kill any bugs, so I just kind of gently take them out. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy, but oh, did that fall? All right, here goes. Let's spin it. Let's see what I collect. So look, Caroline. Last week when I picked this fabric, it was the least favorite, and it turned out so well. So I got one here. Let's see what this is. This is number 2. Yep, number 2. Let's see what number 2 is. It's number 7, number 6, number 5, and this is number 4, and this is spin number 2. Wow. Now, I really, again, this was like the second one that I didn't want to sew out of. This one is a nice knit, beautiful, stretchy knit. And I think I will make some loungewear. Not sure yet, but I think I'm going to make, if I find the pattern, it's a Simplicity loungewear that I've made before, but I made it a little big and out of a stretchy fabric, so it just became too big. This is like a heavier, beautiful And this was from Fabric Mart Fabric, excuse me, and I think this was $1 or $1.99 a yard. So this is going to be for sure a loungewear from Simplicity. Simplicity Lounge. I'll put a picture. That is my fabric Wheel of Fate number 3. I have 7. So that is my sewing plans for this week. Now, I a little bit about life. The month of April is the celebrations of birthdays in my home. It starts out in March by my with my birthday on the 25th, and then which I just turned 52 and praising the Lord for, and then it goes into my brother-in-law's birthday, and then it goes to my dad's birth. My brother-in-law's April 3rd, then my dad's birthday on April 4th, and then my mom's birthday on April 11th, my daughter's birthday April 18th, and April 17th she just turned 23, and then it's my parents' wedding anniversary on April 30th, and it ends with my mother-in-law's birthday on May 4th, and then we have a little gap. It's a per month of celebrations in our family. That's what life is about. And then my dear sweet husband is going back to work after 7 weeks. If you follow me on Instagram, and I've told you before last week what happened to him, and he's going back to work with lots of restrictions. The usual: no stooping, no bending, no lifting, not standing too much, all sorts of things. So he's going to go back to work slowly. And I'm praising the Lord for his recovery. He still has about 3 more months of scans and all that stuff, going on, but he's on the road to recovery. And I am so happy and blessed to have him here. That's a little bit about life. And before I go, I always love to share my Bible text. And today is Saturday, April 19th. And this one here is entitled Real Life. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Isaiah 26, verse 3. And happy Easter to everyone who observes Easter. Have a blessed one. And thank you so much for coming back and watching me today. I love you all, and I pray for each one of you all. I am just so blessed to have you in my life. Take care, and I'll see you on the next Friday Sews. Bye bye.